Yes, when we talk about the black man, or we talk about human race as a whole, how do we understand this? Today I have to give a breakdown on this. Yes, Charles Darwin, in his book, when he was trying to understand the genesis or beginning of human race, he entered into Africa, moved down south to somewhere in Tanzania, around Lake Tanganyika, Lake Victoria, inside the Rift Valley, and discovered some skulls and some bones there. And those bones, after critical examination, were assumed to be over millions of years old. And they have assumed those bones were the first human beings that have ever lived. Yes. When we move away from that, there is this lady also called Rebecca Khan, who is a Caucasian or a white lady who have traveled across the world, across the globe, to ascertain the fact that which race is the oldest or the first to have been existed on the face of this planet Earth. And the only thing he find out finally was that the black man is the first to have been created, or is the first to start the procreation of all human race. Indians came out from the black man, Arabs came out from the black man, Americans or the white, the Caucasians, the KKKs, the blue eyes, they came out from the black man. The Latinos and everybody came out from the black man. So, there are facts and there are other sources that are showing directly that the black man is the first man ever to be created. But the black man himself aware of this. I can say about 99.9% of the entire black race doesn't know. We have been caught in a web of inferiority complex. Our skin, we are ashamed of our skin. There are people who are spending millions of dollars or millions of money to import bleaching materials from abroad simply because we want to look like a white man. Look at my skin. Look at me, a very handsome gentleman like me. Why should I go and take bleaching materials to bleach my skin to look like the white man? No, you are a blessed soul. You are here for a reason. You are here for a purpose. You have not come to your realization because you are sleeping. When are we waking up from our deep slumber as a race? I am telling you, you are God. I don't believe in the Bible. It is not that the Bible I don't believe in. What the Bible says is not true. What the Bible says is true in some extent and is lie in some extent. The white man came across these stories on the walls in Egypt or in Kemet. When I say Kemet, a lot of people will not know. That is why I keep calling Egypt. But it is never Egypt. It is called Kemet, meaning black. We were there, started the world civilization. The first university was established by us in Egypt. We moved on to Spain to create the first university known as the University of Salamanca. So, when we talk about a black man, I want you to see yourself at the apogee or at the summit of creation. as the source, as the cradle of creation. I want you to see yourself as the paramount of creation. Instead of seeing yourself as a surplus. Our problem is once the black man wakes up and comes to its full realization, there is going to be a total change on the international scene. Yes, because how many white men do we have across the world? Their population will be around 900 million. The rest of the population is black. Indians can say because they are white, they are not black. They are black. Chinese can say because they look somehow, they are not. No. See, there have to be a new awakening. Look at what is happening in Ukraine. Who is happy about that? At the end of the day, who is going to benefit from that? Nobody. Humanity is losing big time. But some few people are enjoying and benefiting from what millions and billions of people are suffering from. So we have to sit down and think. God is not coming to do anything for us. God has given us our destiny. It's in our own hands. So it is about time we wake up and move away from materialistic things. I want to be the superior, supremacy mindset and look for brotherhood in one own race. Look at Africa. Today, if you move across the entire African continent, the only country that seems to be doing great in some sense is Morocco, in some sense is Rwanda. If you are looking for the poorest of all time, you get them in Rwanda. If you are looking for the poorest of all time, you get them in Morocco. Why? Because Africa is sleeping and still sleeping. That notwithstanding, I want to sound a message of hope unto the entire race. Yes, there is hope for us because religion is failing. The political system is also failing. The educational system practiced on the entire African continent is also failing. Look at the Chinese today. Look at the kind of education system they practice today. Look at the kind of religious system they practice today. Does their imperial masters that have power over us have the same influence over their education system? No. That is why I'm telling you all these apparatus have failed us. These are organs of imperial masters. We shouldn't feel comfortable promoting any of these because these are complete message or these are complete. This is a complete setup. Anytime we find ourselves within the political frame, we go nowhere. We find ourselves within the religious frame, we go nowhere. Recently, I read an article in one of the papers in Nigeria news that the Methodist Church in Nigeria has cut ties with their mother church in Basel. If it is true, that is good. It is about time we start having headquarters of everything in Africa. Yes, we don't produce money in Africa. We virtually nothing. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with that? Since we made this our imperial masters, what has become of us? Nothing. We have become like a puppet in their hands. They use us to do whatever they want to do. But at the end of the day, it is coming back and it is biting them big time. So it is about time we come to a general consensus that, okay, we have been trying our best to manipulate you people. We have been trying our best to cap you people into a particular mold, which is not helping you, which is not helping us. So what can we do? What can we do to help you people? So that at the end of the day, the number of people who are trooping into your country to become nuisance to you, the wall you are creating would have been, the money would have been used to create jobs The money would have been used to liberate the minds of the people, so that at the end of the day, when the mind of the people are free, they can use their mind to dream and dream big. Today, look at all the African people. If you go to Brazil, the most suffered race is the African man. If you go to Honduras, there are white minority there, but the most suffered is the black man. If you go to Mexico, it is us. I don't want these people to see themselves as an ideal race, or they are different from the black man. Every race, apart from the Caucasians and anybody, is a black man. The white man himself is a black man. Look, go and read this book, DNA USA. A research was conducted by the geneticists, probably Professor Brandeis and his group, and they have realized each and every one is connected in one way or the other, because we are all coming from one source. So if we are coming from one source and there is this type of deep division among us, what are you really thinking that this type of division would deliver a peaceful coexistence to us? No, don't think Jesus is coming to do any coming second. There is not going to be any second coming of Jesus Christ. There is no Jesus Christ. It was created to enslave a certain group of people. They tried the Christianity on the Arabs. It didn't work, and they gave them Islamic religion. That is why Islamic religion is 1,700 years old. They were having their own form of worship, and they forced them to understand whatever they were doing was pagan worship. Nobody can show you how to worship God. Nobody can show you how to worship God. So the Arabs were forced to turn into Islamic. The blacks were forced to leave whatever deity they were following to become Christians. So I want you to understand, today the religion you hold in high esteem, that you don't even want to look back, you are ready to kill your fellow brother for it, was forced on you. It is never part of your culture. You were having a culture, you were having a God, you were having a way of worship, and there is a way you reach your God. But you were forced to leave that. So I want to end it here and say, I never preach racism, but dignity and pride in one's own race. With God, dearest blessing, I leave you for a while. One love.